Committee tonight for September 4th, 2018. Could I have a roll call, please?
Chairperson Palafis?
Present.
Vice Chair Newell?
Present.
Commissioner, I'm sorry, it is Commissioner, Trustee Gata?
Present.
Trustee Mills?
Present.
Trustee Stanton?
Present.
Trustee Arnett?
Present.
Mayor McLeod?
Present.
And we have a quorum. Thank you. We have two items under new business. One is a request authorization to award contract for the 2018 Sears Center Arena parking lot seal coat and striping project to Chadwick Contracting Company of Lake in the Hills, Illinois, which is a low bid, in an amount not to exceed $234,944.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions, comments?
Expensive.
It's a big parking lot.
It needs to be done.
That's right.
No question about that.
It'll,
5% of the surface area of all village streets.
look at that.
Wow.
You just made that up. Anything for Ben.
It did.
Yeah. Like, who's going to say otherwise, right? How do we know that? So, all right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Item number 2 is a request authorization to award a sole source contract to Raise Right Concrete Lifting Incorporated of Manitowoc, Wisconsin, for mudjacking the Sears Center Arena floor slabs with HMI track foam in an amount not to exceed $87,000. It just cut up on me.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions or comments? They already did some of the mudjacking, didn't they? Looks good.
Yes, they did. And it's been very successful. We've done two smaller areas now, and what we hope to do is with the $87,000 is address the remaining voids that we're aware of. We think that'll come close, but it's on a time and material basis. So if there's less, then we'll save a little money. If it's a little more, we'll have to go to the well.
We don't need to do any pillars like we did for the front.
No.
Okay, good.
No, this is just underneath the concrete slab, and it's due to the differential settlement, improper or inadequate, I should say, compacting when the original construction occurred.
Gotcha. Trustee Gata, did you have anything?
No, that's just what I was going to be asking on
So,
that.
didn't mean to steal your question.
That's all right.
Anybody else? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. Could I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to call the first meeting of the month of September to order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Arnett?
Aye.
Trustee Mills?
Aye. Present.
Got me doing it. Trustee Newell? Present. Trustee Palafis?
Present.
Trustee Stanton?
Present.
Trustee Gata?
Present.
Mayor McLeod?
Present. Everybody please rise. Trustee Arnett, you want to lead us in the pledge? Thank you, Trustee Arnett. Just a note for the record that this meeting is being telecast live and will be shown as a recording throughout the week on our cable channels. We'll move on to item number 3, recognition of the audience. This is the time if someone has a question or concern for the village board, the village staff, on an item that's not on the agenda. Now's the time to come forward. Only once, twice, 3 times, we'll move on. Chair would accept a motion to approve the minutes of the August 20th, 2018.
So moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any additions or corrections on these? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Move on to 5, consent agenda. Chair would accept a motion.
Motion move.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
we pull D, please? I did vote against on a part of that. So I would
Okay.
appreciate D being pulled.
Okay, the items on the agenda are A, approval of the agenda, B is approval of the schedule of bills for September 4th, 2018, in the amount of $1,630,955.34. C is request board approval of an ordinance granting a special use to Deshow BSM LLC owner and Gigi's Playhouse applicant at 2350 West Higgins Road. We'll move down to E, since D is going to be voted on separately. E is request board approve of an ordinance granting a master sign plan under section 9-3-8-M-13 of the zoning code for the property located at 2250 through 2360 West Higgins Road. F is request board approve of an ordinance granting variations to property on the south side of Lakewood Boulevard between Eagle Way and Huntington Boulevard, and on the north side of Central Road, 2000 Center Drive, 2001 Lakewood Boulevard, 2501 Eagle Way. G is request board approval of an ordinance rezoning certain property in the Village of Hoffman Estates from 04 Office Campus District to CMU Commercial Mixed Use Zoning District with the mixed use development option Somerset Development. We have a motion, a second for items A through C, and then E through G. Anybody have any questions on any of these? Seeing none, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
We need to do the motion for the,
You need
for the
to,
actual.
I'll modify my second
Okay,
to align to pulling D.
So would I.
okay.
Okay.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, now, Ian, we'll start with A through C and E through G.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Sure. Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Move on to 5D. Request board approval of an ordinance granting a special use to Caruso Development Corporation, agent for the owner, and Interworks Architects applicants, 2354 West Higgins Road. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Any discussion on this item?
now this included both of the original, because there were two parts to that.
Yes,
were there
ma'am.
not? So now that we are only voting one time for both parts, right?
That's correct, but that was with the clarification that the outdoor seating was only for the banquet hall. And in fact, they've applied to go back to the Planning and Zoning Commission and request it to be for the bar area too, and that will be coming to the board after it goes to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
All right, thank you.
Okay, anything else on this item?
No.
Okey-doke. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Arnett.
No.
Trustee Mills.
No.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We move on to President's report. We have 4 proclamation. Who's got the first one?
I do. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas there are an average of 123 suicides each day in this country. It's the 10th leading cause of death in America, second leading for ages 25 to 34, and third leading for ages 15 to 24. In order to create awareness and strength, the fight against suicide, the entire month of September is Suicide Prevention Month. Participate in the fight of getting involved with local organizations and listening to those who need help. And whereas suicide is a serious public health problem that causes immeasurable pain, suffering, loss to individuals, family, and communities nationwide. The costs of suicide are complex and determinable by multiple combinations of factors such as mental illness, substance abuse, painful losses, exposure to violence, and social isolation. And whereas suicide prevention organizations aim to decrease suicides by 20% over the next 7 years. In order to do this, they're making a conscientious effort to talk about suicide, its warning signs, and how to prevent it, and how to discuss it in schools, at the workplace, and in politics. And whereas pain isn't always obvious, but most suicidal people show signs that they're thinking about suicide. If you see even one warning sign, step in or speak up. Provide support by volunteering at a crisis center in your area. Although this is something that can be done year-round, Suicide Prevention Month is the perfect time to get started. Check out the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, an organization that offers free and confidential emotional support 24/7 to those in crisis or emotional distress. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim September 2018 as National Suicide Prevention Month in the village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all Hoffman Estates citizens, government agencies, business leaders, public and private institutions in the village to promote awareness of suicide prevention programs to help save lives. please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 if you or a loved one needs help.
Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion, a second. These statistics are staggering. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Dr. Savidja, would you accept this? Thank you. Who's next?
I'm up next with National Payroll Week, or what I like to refer to as the Show Me the Money proclamation. I could do the reenactment of Jerry Maguire, but I won't.
Why not? It's going to be a short meeting.
Be popular. Whereas National Payroll Week celebrates the hard work by America's 150 million wage earners and the payroll professionals who pay them. Together, through the payroll withholding system, they contribute, collect, report, and deposit approximately $2.2 trillion, or 67% of the annual revenue of the U.S. Treasury. And whereas payroll professionals in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, play a key role in maintaining the economic health of Hoffman Estates, carrying out such diverse tasks as paying into the unemployment insurance system, providing information for child support enforcement, and carrying out tax withholding, reporting, and depositing. And whereas payroll professionals play an increasingly important role ensuring the economic security of American families by helping to identify the non-custodial parents and making sure they comply with their child support mandates. And whereas payroll professionals have become increasingly proactive in educating both the business community and the public at large about the payroll tax withholding systems. And whereas payroll professionals meet regularly with federal and state officials to discuss both improving compliance with government procedures and how compliance can be achieved at less cost to both government and business. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaims September 3rd through September 7th, 2018 as National Payroll Week in the village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all residents and businesses of Hoffman Estates to join in its observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion a second. We definitely appreciate those folks who make sure we all get paid. There's no doubt about that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. Finance Director Musiala, you want to accept this? Thank you. We all got our checks last week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
Next one is mine. Whereas 2,105 rail grade crossing collisions resulted in 807 personal injuries and were responsible for 274 fatalities in the United States during 2017. And whereas 1,027 trespassing incidents have occurred in the United States, resulting in 520 pedestrians being killed and another 507 injured while trespassing on railroad property rights-of-way during 2017. And whereas educating and informing the public about rail safety, reminding the public that railroad right-of-ways are private property, enhancing public awareness of the dangers associated with highway rail grade crossings, ensuring pedestrians and motorists are looking and listening while near railways, and obeying established traffic laws will reduce the number of fatalities and injuries. And whereas the International Association of Chiefs of Police, National Operation Lifesaver, United States Department of Transportation, and all local, state, county, and railroad law enforcement officers, first responders, and railroad corporations commit to partnering together in an effort to educate at a national level all aspects of railroad safety, to enforce applicable laws in support of National Rail Safety Week. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaims September 23rd through September 29th, 2018, as National Rail Safety Week in the village of Hoffman Estates, and urges all residents and businesses of Hoffman Estates to join in its observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
It's a motion, a second. We've got received this request from Canadian National, and I was hoping that they would be here so we could remind them that they haven't complied totally with the agreement we had with them to endorse their acquisition of the EJ&E. They still haven't resolved the bike path issue that is going on for years at this point, but rail safety is a very important factor. Obviously, it seems like every day, look at how many people have died in this. It's every day there's another incident somewhere. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. We will send that on to Sion. Okay,
Okay, I got it.
okay. Who's next?
Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas on Sunday, September 9th, National Grandparents' Day, we honor those who have helped shape the character of our nation, and we thank these role models for their immeasurable acts of love, care, and understanding. And whereas throughout our history, American families have been guided and strengthened by the support of devoted grandparents. These mentors have a special place in our homes and our communities. They ensure the stories and traditions of our heritage are passed down through generations, and whereas grandparents witness great milestones in the lives of their children and grandchildren, they celebrate our early triumphants, console us when we are distressed, and cultivate our dreams. And whereas grandparents help ensure that cultural traditions and timeless values are passed on to future generations, whether they are our own surrogate grandparents who fill in some of the gaps in our mobile society, our grandparents also provide our society a link to our national heritage and traditions. And whereas National Grandparents' Day presents a chance to show our profound appreciation and respect for the central roles that family elders play in our lives. The legacy of these selfless caregivers is not only reflected in the principles and sense of purpose they inspire in their loved ones, but also in their unique ability to reach across ages and enrich the lives of generations of Americans. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Sunday, September 9th, 2018, as National Grandparents' Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all residents and businesses of Hoffman Estates to join in observance.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion is second. I think all grandparents would say that this is the best position they've ever had, being a grandparent, and it is wonderful. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. Can we make sure we post this too, Mr. Norris? I have one resignation from the Youth Commission, Labricka Schaffer. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved with regrets.
I'll second.
There's a motion, a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have a motion carried. One item I'd like to put on Chairperson Arnett's General Administration Personnel Committee is a complete count committee for the census. We did this in 2010, and I've met with the folks from the Census Bureau, and we need to make sure that everybody in town gets counted. It's exceedingly important for us that we have a correct count, a complete count. We do have some events coming up. We have the Platts Concert Commission that's been working all year for this coming weekend. The Platts Concert will run Friday, September 7th, through Sunday, September 9th, beginning with a tapping of the keg on Friday night at 5 p.m. at the Village Green. The full event will feature a kids area on Saturday, beginning 11:30, as well as live music, authentic food and contests, lederhosen, hot dog eating, and stein carrying throughout the weekend. It's truly German Fest for all. It's open from 5 to 10 on Friday, September 7th, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, September 8th, and on Sunday the 9th, it's open from 12 noon to 6 p.m. Trustee Palafis, who is the co-chair, has got his very colorful Platts Concert shirt on. You want to add anything else?
I'll elaborate on trustee comments.
Okay.
I have a whole thing written.
Okay, I didn't think you'd pass up the opportunity. On Tuesday, September 11th, we have two special events in remembrance of 9/11. The first will be held by Brookdale and Hoffman Estates, featuring local heroes, Health and Human Services Nurse Kathy Dajan, Chair of our Senior Commissioner Lillian Clinton, and local resident Michael Minch. Brookdale is honoring these individuals for their commitment to seniors and residents in our community through their great work. An awards ceremony will take place at Brookdale on Tuesday, September 11th at 2 p.m. You are welcome to join us in congratulating these individuals by attending the celebration at 1515 North Barrington Road. Also on Tuesday, September 11th, our Celebrations Commission will again host a moving ceremony to honor the victims and heroes of 9/11. This year will be no exception. Schaumburg Fire Captain John Schneidwin will be on hand to offer his firsthand account of the events of that horrific day and the impact it has had on so many. The event begins at 5 p.m. and will be held right here in the council chambers. It's in the Hennessy room. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, good. It's in the Hennessy room and back. People coming in. I had the opportunity to attend the Mayor's Innovation Project, the summer meeting in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids has really come a long ways. From the 22nd through the 25th, I presented on our transportation with the Pace bus facility, the tollway interchange and all that, and it was very well received. It was a great opportunity to boast about Hoffman Estates, I might add also. I missed some events on Saturday, thanks for everybody going to those, but I did make the block party on Whispering Trails Drive. And on Sunday, the 26th, we had a block party in Highland Woods on the north side at Ela and Algonquin. On Monday, the 27th, the sad event, I went to the wake for Salvatore Leopardo, the patriarch of the Leopardo family that's played such a big role in Hoffman Estates. And today, we had several events going on. We had welcome lunch for the Health and Human Services folks, the new externs and interns. And that's always a great event, though. I think we need to move it to a bigger room with a bigger table, Dr. Savidra. They also got to see me in my kilt, and I told them that's the new employee's uniform. But I was overridden on that. And we had our Celtic Fest Commission meeting tonight, and we also had our special finance meeting just prior to this meeting. And I think that's all I have for now. We will move on to 6B, trustee comments. We'll start with trustee Arnett.
Thank you. On Saturday, July 25th, I was able to attend the world's largest truck convoy for Special Olympics. Great event and a job well done by the Special Olympics Committee and also Officer John Bending, who does a lot of coordination for them. I believe we had a lot more trucks and trailers than we did last year, and the highest bid for the lead truck, I think, was double than what it was last year. And then also attended the Septemberfest Labor Day Parade yesterday. Very hot and very humid, but we all made it through with flying colors. That's all I have.
That was a very hot and humid parade. There's no question about that. Trustee Gata.
Wow, I thought we were going around. How about Tuesday, August 21st? Attended the Pace and Tollway I-90 Barrington Road Station event for the ribbon cutting, and Mayor McLeod was one of the guest speakers that was there that day. Then on Wednesday, August 22nd, attended the Senior Appreciation Day luncheon here at Village Hall. They always have a good turnout. And also that evening, Wine Wednesday, which was at the Craft Canteen at the Village Green. Then on Friday, August 24th, attended the Whiteley Back to School picnic at 4335 Hayman Avenue, and it was raining. So what they did is they all came in, filled up the gymnasium, right? And except the young kids that were out there climbing on the wall, they didn't care if it was raining or anything else, but all the adults went inside. Let's see, on Saturday the 25th, attended the world's largest truck convoy, as Trustee Arnett was talking about. Officer Benning always does an excellent job in organizing that whole thing. And yes, and I think that the figure was $5,000 for the first truck. Is that correct, Trustee Newell?
It was
It was 4,000?
Somebody wanted to outbid them. So.
Correct. So he did collect a lot for the Special Olympics. And then also on Saturday, we attended the block party on Whispering Trails. And then on Sunday, the 26th, attended the block party on Portshire Court. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, great. Trustee Newell.
Okay, kind of the same, but a little short. On the 22nd, did the JAWA meeting, attended that one. And on the 25th, of course, along with the other trustees and everyone, kudos to the organization for the Special Olympics Truck Convoy. What an amazing event. And it's just, everybody has a good time, and it's going to such a good cause. So there were people on the overpasses waving to us, and just so happy to see everybody out there. And of course, to John Bending, who does really an amazing job trying to organize all of this. Also that same day, Whispering Trails Block Party, and the 4th, which, wow, we went really quick. We're into good old September here, sustainability meeting. And of course, thank you to all those who walked in the parade this weekend, since I couldn't do it this time. So thank you, everyone.
Trustee Stanton?
We would have needed another truck to take you, Anna.
That's true.
We were already pretty full.
That's another item. We need to have the double cabbed truck. We need the bigger truck
Okay.
for these parades because. Yeah.
All right,
Sorry, Trustee Stanton.
that's all right. Going to August 25th of this year, I was able to attend the start of the world's largest truck convoy for the Special Olympics. I did not wait around for the trucks to come back. I just waved to everybody saying goodbye. That's about it. On the 26th, I was able to attend the block party at Finch Park in Portshire Court. And yesterday, I was able to walk in the Septemberfest parade for the village of Schaumburg on behalf of our village. And that's it.
Okay, Trustee Mills.
On the 21st, I also attended the PACE I-90 Barrington Road Station event. It was a great opportunity to actually walk across that bridge that we fought so hard to have. And it's a super opportunity for our residents to have another way to get their transportation back and forth, all the way to the city and all the way out to Randall Road if need be. On the 22nd, attended the Senior Appreciation Luncheon, and Mayor, I did explain to the seniors that you had another event that you had to be at, and you regret it not being there.
Thank you.
We read the proclamation for them, for those in attendance, and as always, thanks to the Senior Commission. Today, we had our 60th anniversary commission meeting again tonight, and we've got some plans really going forward for a year from this month, when we celebrate our 60th anniversary. It should be a great event, and more things to come in the future.
Well, I appreciate
That's
all
it.
the hard work that you and the commission are putting in.
Thank you.
Does Trustee Palafis have anything he'd like to say?
I do. I'm wearing part of it, but I'll save that for last. I also attended the PACE grand opening. I was more in the back by the really loud fans socializing, but it was great seeing the mayor up there, talking about Hoffman Estates and what a great addition that is. I also attended the world's largest truck convoy. And again, hats off to Officer Bending, whose auctioneer skills are second to none. I'm serious.
He carries a gun.
Yeah, and a taser on the other side. But he raised over $7,000 in the auction for Special Olympics. You were all in trucks, and Bev and I kind of intercepted him on the way out. So I mooched a ride from her, and we ran into him, and it was all happy because the person bidding against the winner still offered $2,000. So it was the 4 plus the 2 plus somebody else, and he said overall, I think he raised like $20,000. It was a massively big number. So, he has a future in auctioneering after he's done wrapping up the police department. That's right, when he retires. I also attended a couple of great block parties up in the north side of town. Whispering Trails was very interested, some of the folks, about the AT&T redevelopment and how we're going to send all of those Hoffman Estates kids to Barrington schools, which we're super excited about. And then the Highland Woods block party was pretty great, too. So today, we held our last Plots concert meeting before the event this weekend, thus my shirt. So come out. I was looking at the 10-day forecast, and just so for the record, there is no 0% chance of rain on any of those days. So it's kind of like baseball, where you can have a really low batting average and still be successful. So it's like 20% Friday, 10%, and 20% on Sunday. So you should come out because that pretty much means no rain. My theory is all of that, tropical storm down south is going to suck all the bad weather down to the south, and we're going to have a perfect weekend. So that's my commercial for the Plots Concert Commission. I also attended the sustainability meeting where a lot of great information was shared. The commission also had a presentation by the Sierra Club. Many thanks to Suzanne, for all of the hard work she does on the staff side. She talked for most of the meeting because she had all the updates. And the website. That's right. We had to pull up the website and all of the things that are great out there. So the Sierra Club guys were super excited about a lot of the things we're doing. And then last week, we had our second to last meeting, which was held at the Village Green, which was very popular, as well as the Emerging Technologies Commission, because, it was at the beer garden. And there was a couple of members that thought we should vote to have it out there all through the summer, which we didn't do, thankfully. But the Commission for Emerging Technologies is hosting a drone event on Sunday afternoon, which is pretty great. So I emailed both chiefs. We have some drone pilots, both from police and fire that hopefully can make it out. And then Jen reached out to all of the Boy Scouts, and apparently there's a merit badge for drone flying. So hopefully a bunch of Boy Scouts are going to come. It's our first event. We have no idea if there's going to be 5 people or 100. So it'll be a complete surprise to whatever it is we get. And of course, the weather's going to be beautiful, so bring your drone.
Hey, Trustee Palafis, do you have what are the times for this weekend?
Oh, so the drone event will be from 1 to 4 on Sunday.
Okay. What about Friday and Saturday? What are those hours?
Friday night, the mayor actually read the times. I don't have them written down here, but I believe it's 5 to 10,
10, yeah.
on Friday night.
11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, and Sunday is 12 noon to 6 p.m.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. I'll be easy to find this weekend, not only with the super bright red shirt, but the bags under my eyes.
There'll be a lot of people with those super bright red shirts.
That's right. And Mark will be there, and Rachel, and many of us. So we're pretty excited about the event. And then yesterday, kind of going out of order, with some of the others, I attended what I think is the only break from the rain this weekend, which was the September Fest parade, which was hot and muggy. Actually, I think it contended with our hot and muggy 4th of July parade. It was a shirt ringer outer for sure. But it was fun to see a lot of our folks who attend both events and, cross over that part of town. And then the last thing, the mayor and I have been talking a lot about connected cities. And we've been talking about some of this on the Emerging Technologies Commission side. So we'd like to add to one of the upcoming Finance Committee meetings, the discussion about, the fiber. We found a couple of potential paths under the tollway where we could actually create kind of a ring. We've been reading a lot about how some municipalities are actually putting in the fiber, so when the 5G folks come through and put in their poles with their fiber, it's more done our way. I know there's a lot of policy and some, as Doug mentioned at a couple meetings ago, rules and costs and ceilings and all of that stuff, but it seems beneficial to at least have the discussion. So if we could add that to an upcoming meeting, that would be awesome.
That'd be great. Thank you and your committee for all the hard work you're doing on this.
Yeah, we're trying. The drone side's the cool part of that, but 5G will be in itself quite disruptive, which is a good term in the technology arena. No pun to the arena, but nevertheless, heard you guys had a great weekend and killed it with the wrestling, so that was great. And that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Palafis. Move on to C, Village Manager's Report.
I have nothing to add tonight, sir.
Okay, 6D, Village Clerk's Report.
I was going to talk September 11th, but you have. Thank you. During the month of August, 179 FOIAs were processed and 49 passports, so both of them were up since last month. We're going crazy with FOIAs.
Yeah, it seems like every time I come downstairs, somebody's getting a passport too.
Well, that's a good
That's a
thing. We
great
get money
service
for
to
the
have.
passports,
Yeah.
$35, but we still get it.
It's great service that your office provides on that.
We
for
try
people.
our best.
Okay, committee reports, E, Planning, Building, and Zoning. Trustee Stanton.
On September 17th of 2018, we will meet here in the council chambers. We'll have a roll call and then approval of the minutes of August 6, 2018. We have one item for new business, and that's request by Poplar Creek Bowl for a site plan amendment to modify a condition of approval to allow use of outdoor seating by any patron of the bowling alley and banquet business at 2354 West Higgins Road. We then have three reports for information only, and that's the Planning Division Monthly Report, Code Enforcement Division Monthly Report, and Economic Development and Tourism Monthly Report. We do have an item actually, we will have a President's Report. We have nothing in other, but there is an item in review. I'm not sure that that's going to come up, but it is request by New Singular Wireless PCS LLC, commonly referred to as AT&T, for approval of an extension to an existing cellular antenna license at 1355 Westbury Drive. That was remanded from our board on March 5th of 2018.
I thought that originally came up during the second Eisenhower administration, but I guess it was my mistake.
If they do come in front of us that evening, and after that, we will adjourn.
Okay, thank you. Move on to General Administration and Personnel. Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. Immediately following the Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, we will have the General Administration and Personnel Committee for September 17th, 2018. We will begin with a roll call, then have the approval of minutes for August 6th, 2018. We do have three reports for information only. One would be the Cable TV Monthly Report for July and August. Number 2 would be the Human Resources Management Monthly Report. Number 3 would be the Legislative Operations and Outreach Monthly Report. And do we have to add one more thing to the General Administration?
We'll do a revised agenda on the complete count. I think there's another item that may be coming as well.
Okay. We will have the President's Report. There's nothing in other, no items in review, then we would call for an adjournment.
Thank you, Trustee Arnett. We'll move on to Transportation and Road Improvements. Trustee Mills.
Also on September 17th, we will be meeting immediately following General Administration and Personnel. After approval of the minutes of August 6th and 20th, we'll have 5 new business items. One is a request approval of an intergovernmental agreement with Cook County for the Invest in Cook grant program. Number 2 is request approval of a second amendment to the intergovernmental agreement with Cook County for Shoe Factory Road improvements in an amount to be determined. And B, second supplement to the Village Phase 2 Design Services contract with Civil Tech Incorporated in an amount to be determined per the intergovernmental agreement. 3 is a request authorization to award contract for 2018 surface patching project. The bid opening will be held on September 10th. And 4, request approval of 2 IDOT supplemental resolutions to appropriate motor fuel tax funds for A, the 2014 street revitalization project in the amount of $1,422,071, and B, 2015 street revitalization project in the amount of $352,363. Number 5 under new business is a request approval of the village's qualification-based selection process. We also will have one report under information only, the Transportation Division Monthly Report, the President's Report if there is one, and the only item in review, and we're going to keep this on here every month till then, I gather, is a discussion of Steeple Hill Fence and Gate near Alcoa Lane and Washington Boulevard. That will not take place until May 2019. We will then be adjourned.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Mills. As notice from the dates that we're meeting on the 17th for the 3 committee meetings. We're meeting on the 17th for the regularly scheduled board meeting. There will be no meeting on Monday, September 10th because of Rosh Hashanah, so that's why those committee meetings are being held on the 17th. We do have item number 7, additional business. We have 2 items. 7A is request authorization to award contract for the 2018 Sears Center parking lot seal coat and striping project to Chadwick Contracting Company, Lake in the Hills, Illinois, low bid, in an amount not to exceed $234,944. This item came before the Special Finance early this evening.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Is there any discussion on this? Trustee Palafis?
When's it going to be done? I forgot to ask that.
Late September into early October, kind of depending on the weather, and we're trying to schedule around Sears Center events.
Yeah, pretty busy. All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you. We do have a motion, a second. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We have 7B. Request board authorization to award a sole source contract for mud jacking the Sears Center Arena floor slabs with HMI track foam to Raise Right Concrete Lifting, Inc., Manitowoc, Wisconsin, in an amount not to exceed $87,000. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion, there's a second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing no discussion, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Gata.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Chair would accept a motion to adjourn.
Somehow you forgot me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Stanton,
Aye.
you're special.
The forgotten one.
Well, in that case, Trustee Stanton, will you make a motion to adjourn?
I do make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have a motion carried. We are adjourned.